Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-embarking on a fascinating journey to a nation often called the Giant of Africa. But we're not just talking about its size or population. We're diving deep into one of its most incredible, yet sometimes overlooked treasures, its agricultural riches. What exactly makes Nigeria an agricultural powerhouse in the making? Let's find out. When you think of Nigeria, you might think of its vibrant culture, its booming film industry, or its bustling cities. But did you know that agriculture is the backbone of its economy, employing a massive portion of its population? This isn't just a recent development. It's a legacy that stretches back for millennia. From the ancient Nok civilization to the powerful Oyo and Benin empires, farming has always been at the heart of Nigerian life. So, what's the secret sauce? First, let's talk about the land itself. Nigeria is blessed with an incredible diversity of climates and terrains. In the south, you have tropical rainforests with high rainfall, perfect for growing crops like cocoa, oil palm, and rubber. In fact, Nigeria was once the world's largest exporter of palm oil. These regions are lush, green, and incredibly fertile. As you move north, the landscape transforms. You enter the savanna belt, often called the Middle Belt. This is Nigeria's food basket. The climate here is ideal for cultivating staple crops like yams, cassava, sorghum, millet, and maize. Fun fact, Nigeria is the world's largest producer of both yams and cassava. These aren't just foods. They're deeply woven into the cultural fabric, celebrated in festivals, and forming the basis of countless delicious meals. Venture even further north, and you'll find the semi-arid Sahel region. You might think this area is too dry for farming, but you'd be surprised. This is where crops like groundnuts, peanuts, cotton, and cowpeas thrive. Nigeria is also a major producer of cowpeas, a vital source of protein for millions. This remarkable ability to grow different crops in different regions is a huge strategic advantage. But it's not just about what grows on the land. It's also about what's in it. Nigeria is crisscrossed by major river systems, most notably the Niger and Benue rivers, which meet at the city of Lokoja. These rivers, along with countless smaller ones and a vast underground water table, provide a vital resource for irrigation, especially in the drier northern regions. This water wealth allows for year-round farming in many areas, a luxury not every country has. Now, let's talk about the crops themselves, because the variety is simply staggering. We've mentioned yams and cassava, the kings of Nigerian agriculture, but there's so much more. Take cocoa, for instance. Nigerian cocoa is renowned for its rich flavor and is a key ingredient in some of the world's finest chocolates. The country is consistently ranked among the top cocoa producers globally. Then there's sesame, often called the queen of oilseeds. Nigeria is one of the largest producers in Africa. This tiny seed is in high demand internationally for its oil and use in food products. And let's not forget ginger. The ginger grown in Kaduna State is famous for its pungency and high oil content, making it a prized commodity on the global market. We can't talk about Nigerian agriculture without mentioning rice. Rice is a staple food, and for a long time, the country had to import a lot of it. But in recent years, there has been a massive push for local rice production. States like Kebbi and Ebonyi are leading a rice revolution, with farmers adopting new techniques and high-yield varieties. The goal is self-sufficiency, and they are making incredible progress. Beyond crops, Nigeria's livestock sector is also huge. The north is home to vast herds of cattle, sheep, and goats managed for centuries by pastoral communities. This sector provides meat, milk, and leather, supporting millions of livelihoods. The poultry industry is also booming, especially in the south, meeting the growing urban demand for eggs and chicken. And what about the people behind all this? The real power of Nigerian agriculture lies in its farmers. We're talking about millions of hardworking smallholder farmers who, often using traditional methods passed down through generations, are the primary producers of the nation's food. Their resilience, knowledge of the local environment, and sheer determination are the engine driving this entire sector. Of course, the journey isn't without its challenges. Issues like outdated farming techniques, limited access to financing, and post-harvest losses are real hurdles. But here's where the story gets really exciting. There's a new wave of innovation sweeping through Nigerian agriculture. We're seeing a surge in agri-tech. Young, tech-savvy entrepreneurs are creating amazing solutions. There are mobile apps that provide farmers with weather forecasts and market prices, drone services for crop monitoring, and online platforms that connect farmers directly to buyers, cutting out the middlemen. This fusion of technology and tradition is unlocking incredible potential. The government and private sector are also stepping up. There are major investments being made in infrastructure like roads and storage facilities to reduce spoilage. New processing plants are being built to add value to raw agricultural products. For example, instead of just exporting raw cassava, more factories are turning it into industrial starch or high-quality flour, creating more jobs and generating more revenue. Think about the global impact. As the world population grows, the demand for food is only going to increase. With its vast arable land, youthful population, and growing focus on innovation, Nigeria is perfectly positioned to become a major player in global food security. It's not just about feeding itself. It's about feeding the world. So when we look at Nigeria's agricultural riches, we see more than just crops and livestock. We see a story of incredible natural blessings, a deep cultural heritage, and the unyielding spirit of its people. It's a story of challenges being met with innovation and a future that looks incredibly bright and fertile. The giant of Africa is awakening its green giant, and the world is taking notice. What an incredible journey! It's clear that behind Nigeria's agricultural success is a perfect storm of favorable geography, rich biodiversity, and most importantly, human ingenuity. The potential here is truly limitless. What do you find most impressive about Nigeria's agricultural sector? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's not just about farming. It's about a massive economic shift happening right now. The question on everyone's mind is Nigeria experiencing a billion-dollar agriculture boom? Let's get into it. For decades, the story of Nigeria's economy has been dominated by one thing: oil. But what if I told you a silent revolution is underway, not in the oil fields, but in the crop fields? We're talking about a transformation that could redefine the nation's future and create unprecedented wealth. Let's look at the numbers. Nigeria's agriculture sector has been growing steadily, contributing significantly to its GDP. We're not just talking small-scale farming anymore. We're seeing large-scale investments, innovative technologies, and a new generation of entrepreneurs, or agripreneurs, stepping onto the scene. Think about this. Nigeria has a massive young population and vast arable land. That's a powerful combination. One of the biggest game changers is technology. Drones are being used for crop monitoring. Apps are connecting farmers directly to markets. And new irrigation techniques are making it possible to farm year-round. This isn't your grandfather's farm anymore. This is agri-tech, and it's supercharging efficiency and yields. We're seeing companies develop everything from smart farming solutions to innovative food processing methods. This boom is as much about data and software as it is about soil and seeds. So, where is the money coming from? It's a mix. The government has launched several initiatives to support the agricultural sector, offering loans and subsidies. But what's really exciting is the surge in private investment. Both local and international investors are seeing the massive potential. Venture capitalists are funding agri-tech startups, and big corporations are investing in large-scale commercial farms. They see what many are just starting to realize. Nigeria's agricultural potential is a gold mine. Let's talk about some of the star crops leading this charge. It's not just the traditional staples like cassava and yams. The demand for crops like sesame seeds, cocoa, and ginger on the international market is skyrocketing. Nigerian ginger, for example, is renowned for its quality and flavor. These export-oriented crops are bringing in serious foreign exchange and putting Nigerian produce on the global map. Then there's the rice revolution. With a goal of achieving self-sufficiency, there's been a monumental push to increase local rice production, creating jobs and reducing import bills. But let's be real, it's not all a walk in the park. The sector faces significant challenges. Infrastructure, like good roads and reliable power, is still a major hurdle. Getting produce from the farm to the consumer or the port without spoilage is a huge logistical challenge. Access to financing can also be tough for smaller farmers. And of course, the effects of climate change are a constant threat. Addressing these issues is critical to sustaining this boom. However, what's truly inspiring are the people driving this change. I'm talking about young graduates who are choosing farming over traditional white-collar jobs. They are bringing fresh ideas, business acumen, and a passion for technology to the field. They are setting up greenhouses, creating value-added products, and building brands. These are the faces of Nigeria's new agricultural boom. They are turning challenges into opportunities and proving that agriculture can be a profitable and fulfilling career. Take, for instance, the story of someone who started a small poultry farm with a few hundred birds, and, by leveraging social media for marketing and modern feeding techniques, has grown it into a business that supplies hotels and restaurants across the state. Or the tech startup that developed an app to help rural farmers get real-time price information, cutting out exploitative middlemen and increasing their profits. These stories are everywhere, and they are the engine of this transformation. So, to answer our initial question, is Nigeria experiencing a billion-dollar agri-boom? All the signs point to a resounding yes. It's not just a possibility. It's happening right now. It's a complex, multifaceted movement with its share of hurdles, but the momentum is undeniable. This is more than just about growing food. It's about building a sustainable and inclusive economy for the future. It's about creating jobs, empowering communities, and unlocking the true potential of Africa's giant. This is a story of resilience, innovation, and incredible opportunity. The green revolution in Nigeria is real, and it's just getting started. It's a space to watch, to invest in, and to be inspired by. What do you guys think? Are you seeing this boom in your community? What other crops or agri-tech innovations should we be looking at? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's not just about farming, but about the future of a nation. We're talking about Nigeria, a powerhouse of Africa, and the incredible agricultural breakthroughs that are set to transform its economy and the lives of millions. Forget what you think you know about farming in Nigeria. We're about to uncover a revolution happening right now, from obscurity to immense opportunity. For decades, Nigeria's economy has been heavily reliant on oil. But as the world shifts, a quieter, greener revolution is taking root. Agriculture, the backbone of Nigeria's pre-oil era, is making a massive comeback, and it's powered by innovation, technology, and a new generation of trailblazers. We're not just talking about yams and cassava anymore. We're looking at a diversified, high-tech industry poised for explosive growth. So, what are these breakthrough areas? Let's start with something you might not expect: high-value horticulture. Think about it. The demand for fresh, exotic fruits, vegetables, and spices is soaring both locally and internationally. Nigerian entrepreneurs are now using advanced techniques like hydroponics and greenhouse farming to cultivate strawberries in Plateau, bell peppers in Kaduna, and even saffron, the world's most expensive spice. These controlled environments allow for year-round production, conserve water, and produce higher yields of premium quality, opening up lucrative export markets that were previously untapped. It's a game changer, turning small plots of land into highly profitable enterprises. Next up is the Blue Revolution, aquaculture. Nigeria has a massive coastline and vast inland water resources, yet it still imports a significant amount of fish. That's changing and fast. Modern fish farming, particularly catfish and tilapia, is booming. Innovators are introducing recirculating aquaculture systems, or RIAS, which are like high-tech apartment buildings for fish. These systems minimize water usage, control waste, and create optimal growing conditions, leading to faster growth rates and healthier fish. This isn't just about feeding the nation. It's about creating a sustainable protein source and a billion-dollar industry that can rival any in the world. But what about the traditional crops? They're getting a major upgrade too, thanks to biotechnology. Nigerian research institutions are developing climate-resilient and pest-resistant crop varieties. Imagine maize that can withstand drought, or cassava with enhanced vitamin A content to combat malnutrition. These supercrops are not just scientific marvels. They are lifelines for smallholder farmers who are on the front lines of climate change. By increasing yields and reducing losses, biotechnology is ensuring food security and boosting the incomes of millions of rural families. It's science in service of humanity. And we can't talk about breakthroughs without mentioning agtech, the fusion of agriculture and technology. This is where things get really exciting. From drones that monitor crop health and apply precise amounts of fertilizer, to mobile apps that connect farmers directly to buyers, technology is dismantling old barriers. Think of a farmer in a remote village getting real-time market prices on his phone, or using a solar-powered irrigation system to water his crops. Fintech solutions are also providing farmers with access to credit and insurance, which were once major hurdles. This digital transformation is making farming smarter, more efficient, and far more profitable. Another area brimming with potential is value addition and processing. For too long, Nigeria has exported raw commodities only to import the finished products at a much higher price. That narrative is flipping. A new wave of entrepreneurs is building processing plants that turn raw cassava into industrial starch and ethanol, fresh tomatoes into paste, and cocoa beans into world-class chocolate. This move up the value chain is critical. It creates jobs, reduces post-harvest losses, which can be as high as 40% for some crops, and captures more economic value within Nigeria. Every time you see "Made in Nigeria" on a packaged food product, you're seeing this revolution in action. Let's also look at the rise of agripreneurship among the youth. Young, educated Nigerians are increasingly seeing agriculture not as a sentence to rural poverty, but as a sophisticated and profitable business venture. They are the ones driving the adoption of new technologies, pioneering niche markets like organic farming and snail farming, and using social media to build brands and connect with customers. Their energy and innovative mindset are a powerful force, changing the very image of farming and inspiring a new generation to get involved. This demographic shift is perhaps the most important breakthrough of all, ensuring the long-term sustainability of this agricultural renaissance. Now, it's not all a smooth ride. Challenges like infrastructure deficits, access to finance, and policy consistency remain. But the momentum is undeniable. The combination of government initiatives, private sector investment, and the sheer ingenuity of the Nigerian people is creating a perfect storm of opportunity. These aren't just isolated success stories. They are the building blocks of a diversified and resilient economy. So, from hydroponic strawberries and high-tech fish farms to biotech supercrops and a vibrant youth-led movement, Nigeria's agricultural sector is undergoing a profound transformation. It's a journey from obscurity to opportunity, from reliance on a single commodity to a future rich with diverse possibilities. This is more than just farming. It's nation building. It's a story of hope, innovation, and the incredible potential that is being unlocked, one harvest at a time. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. What do you think is the most exciting agricultural breakthrough in Nigeria? Let me know in the comments below. Video opens with vibrant, fast-paced shots of Nigerian landscapes, bustling markets, lush green farms, and modern agricultural technology in action. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. When you think of Nigeria, what comes to mind? For many, it's the vibrant culture, the bustling cities, the music, the oil. But what if I told you there's a quiet revolution happening? A green and gold rush that's set to redefine the nation's future. Today, we re-journeying deep into the heart of Nigeria to uncover its best-kept secret, a treasure trove of agricultural riches that most of the world knows nothing about. Forget what you think you know. This is the story of Nigeria's secret harvest. Transition to a shot of the host standing in a field, perhaps a cassava or yam farm. Let's start with some incredible numbers. Did you know Nigeria is the world's largest producer of cassava, yams, and cowpeas? We're talking millions upon millions of tons. But here is the twist. A huge portion of this incredible bounty never even leaves the country. It feeds the nation, which is fantastic, but the potential for global impact is mind-boggling. We're sitting on a gold mine of food that could help feed the world. Take cassava, for example. You might know it as yuca or manioc. In Nigeria, it's a staple, the foundation of countless meals like gari and fufu. But beyond the dinner table, cassava is a powerhouse. It's used to make industrial starch, ethanol, biodegradable plastics, and even gluten-free flour, a market that's booming globally. The demand is there, and Nigeria has the supply. We are literally farming the future. Cut to visuals of different crops. Vibrant red hibiscus flowers being dried, ginger roots being washed, sesame seeds being processed. But the story doesn't end with staples. Let's talk about the unsung heroes of Nigerian agriculture. Have you ever enjoyed a cup of hibiscus tea, often called zobo? Chances are, the beautiful crimson petals came from Nigeria, one of the top exporters in the world. What about the ginger that adds a kick to your food and drinks? Nigeria's ginger is renowned for its intense aroma and flavor. Then there's sesame, the tiny seed that tops your burger buns and makes delicious tahini. Nigeria is a major global player in its production. These aren't just crops. They're global commodities, and Nigeria is a silent giant in these markets. Showcase modern farming techniques. Drone footage of large farms, irrigation systems, young people working with tablets in a greenhouse. Now, you might be thinking, if the potential is so huge, what's holding it back? That's the most exciting part of the story. Things are changing, and they're changing fast. A new generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and farmers are rising to the challenge. They're not just using hoes and cutlasses. They're using drones for crop monitoring, solar-powered irrigation to defy the dry season, and mobile apps to connect directly with buyers, cutting out the middlemen. They're called agripreneurs, and they are the heart of this revolution. We're seeing brilliant young Nigerians developing new ways to process and package products, extending shelf life from days to months. They're creating value-added goods, turning raw cassava into high-quality flour, mangoes into dried fruit snacks, and peppers into gourmet sauces. This isn't just farming. It's business, it's technology, it's innovation. Show scenes of logistics, bags of produce being loaded onto trucks, shots of container ports, and digital logistics platforms on a screen. Of course, the journey from the farm to the world's table is a long one. Logistics used to be a massive hurdle, but here too, change is underway. Investments are pouring into improving road networks, building modern storage facilities, and streamlining port operations. Tech startups are creating platforms that connect farmers to haulage companies, making transport more efficient and reliable than ever before. It's a complex puzzle, but every day, more and more pieces are falling into place. A path from Nigeria's fields to your local supermarket is getting shorter and smoother. Host walking through a vibrant, colorful local food market, interacting with vendors. So why does this matter to you, wherever you are in the world? First, it's about global food security. A more productive and efficient Nigerian agricultural sector means more food for everyone. Second, it's a story of incredible economic empowerment. Every bag of ginger, every container of sesame seeds that's exported, creates jobs, lifts families out of poverty, and builds a more stable, prosperous nation. This isn't charity. It's a powerful and sustainable economic engine. When you choose a product that says, "Made in Nigeria," you're investing in this incredible journey. Focus on people, close-ups of smiling farmers, female entrepreneurs in their processing facilities, researchers in a lab. The true wealth of Nigeria's harvest isn't just in the soil. It's in its people. It's in the resilience of the farmer who has tended the same land for generations, and the ambition of the young graduate who sees a global business in her grandmother's recipes. It's a fusion of ancient wisdom and modern technology, a story of hope, hard work, and immense potential. The world is just beginning to wake up to the taste of Nigeria's bounty. Return to the host, perhaps with a backdrop of a sunset over a farm. The next time you're at the grocery store, take a closer look. The key ingredient in your spice rack or your favorite snack might just have begun its journey right here in the rich, fertile soils of Nigeria. This green revolution is happening now, and it's only getting bigger. The secret harvest is coming to light, and it's poised to take its rightful place on the global stage. The future of Nigeria is green, and it's incredibly delicious. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you were inspired by this story, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content that uncovers the amazing stories shaping our world. Drop a comment below. What Nigerian agricultural product are you most excited about? Until next time, stay curious.